Hello and welcome back to Pentiment. So, last time we went to the Abbey in search of some information about Tassing's history. And this time we're just doing another wander around town. Just go around, see what everyone has to say. So, off into the forest and... Ooh, hello Apollo. Hey Magdalene. Hello Apollo, what are you doing? Looking for frogs. Artemis said she saw one the other day. And we're trying to collect a bunch. What do you need the frogs for? Like I'll tell you, you'll snitch. I won't? Yeah, right. Sorry, Mags. I'm not telling. You'll just have to wait and see. Or ask Artemis. Maybe she'll tell you. Fine. I'll go talk to your sister. Well, if you mess with my mural, you'll be sorry. Don't worry, Mags, you're not our target. Okay, the Great Frog Plague of 1543. Oh dear. Hey, Smokey. Hey, Vaxslav is back. Hello. Good day, Mistress Drukerin. I've told you, Smokey. Call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you to my corner of the woods? More gossip? I'm looking for a way to get into the old salt mines. Only ancient gossip. I wonder if you know anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. Or first I want to ask you about the old salt mines. Let's just say yes, actually. But first, the old salt mines. The mines. Is this a new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw, there were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the rat house needs a section about the earliest days of Tassing. The mines are the oldest part of Tassing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I know a fair few stories about them and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tassing. The one about Mars and Tassia, the nymph, was always my favourite, though I blame that on my youth. Tassia, like Tassing? The folks named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I won't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I'll warn you, it's a bit... bawdy. Ooh, okay. I don't need to hear those parts, I need something about the Romans paint on the mural, kept me curious, or I've read plenty of Roman myths, I'm sure none of it will surprise me. Of course, we've read plenty of things. Nothing you can say will surprise us. Maybe not, but I won't have your father hounding me for coarseness. Folk in this town don't like me anyhow. But I'll tell you the decent bits of what I remember. Everyone excludes me from the fun. You'll have your fun in time, Magdalene. You just wait and see. Alright, so what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat boar for the taking. He had just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he tramped through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. Why would a god be hunting in Tassing's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days, when the spirits and ghosts prowled. Ghosts aren't real. Human spirits go to heaven or hell, they don't stay on Earth. So you say, and I agree, but other spirits still wander around, demons and such. Besides, who doesn't love a good ghost story? Let a man have his fun, Alright, keep going. So Mars found a nymph, Tassia, bathing in the spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well, Tassia bathed the god. Aha, I get it, they bathed. I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he dripped into the ground and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. Huh, Mars got around, didn't he? Was there any nymph he didn't have his way with? He was a god of virility, wasn't he? You can see why I liked that tale in my youth. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Well, yeah, okay. We are part of the Holy Roman Empire. This is one of the things, though, about the Holy Roman Empire. It was not holy, it was not Roman, and technically, it wasn't an empire either. So, like, you know, it's kind of wrong to say it was any of those three. The largest and most powerful European state in its time, the Holy Roman Empire was made up of many peoples and suffered from much internal strife during the Reformation, despite Emperor Maximilian's firm hand over the land. But how long was it a Roman colony? And how much of the town was built upon the Roman foundations? Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' days, at least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep into the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built upon the Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We used their stone to build. The old temple by Satia's shrine is grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman pavestones under the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Okay. Well, I never realised how much we relied on the Romans for our infrastructure. Most people around here don't. The townsfolk are too busy to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should go take a look at the mine and get a better sense of what things were actually like. Nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye out for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there, eh? I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Okay, now, is that an actual investigation, or... No, so that's another star, so I think we can go there and go other places as well. Cool. Hey, Vaxlav, long time no see. Hello, is there something I can do for you? Knives need sharpening. Well, I'm not sure, is there? I'm Magdalene Drukerin, I live in town. I'm Vaxlav. Smokey lets me share this space with him sometimes. I'm a tinker. Travel around and help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Drukerin, are you a printer's daughter? My father and I are both printers. Do you sample the wares much? As often as I can. Vaxlav, don't. You're gonna get in trouble again. Trouble from me? No, not you, Mistress Drukerin. This one can't help but talk to people about all the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to all odd folks. It's ideas brewing in his head. Now that doesn't bother old Smokey none. It bothers some other people a whole lot. It doesn't bother me any. Well, if it doesn't bother you and it doesn't bother old Smokey, sounds like there's nothing to worry about. Fine. You get run out of here again, don't blame me. Again? Do I want to know what happened? A long time ago I got in an argument with some people in town. They told Father Thomas. To his credit, he told them to let it go, but somehow an inquisitor found out. Anyway, I had to leave for a while. So, books, strange ideas? Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread and wine, body and blood of Christ. Holy Communion, what about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist literally becomes the body and blood of Christ. Here we go. Yes? Well, there are two ways to look at it. The The first is on the grounds that that Wycliffe and Huss rejected it. Using our eyes or senses, there is nothing perceptible that changes in the character of the bread and the wine. I suppose that's true. Good, but there is also a second point. Even if the bread and wine turn to Christ's body and blood, why is that necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh, attempting to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, the observance, unites our will with that of Christ. He is present in us through the remembrance, not the physical act. So what does that matter? Are you saying we shouldn't take communion? No, there's nothing wrong with taking communion as a rite or act. But if you accept what I'm saying, there are other things I'd like to discuss. I'm not listening to any of this. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Sure, why not? I'll admit I'd hoped for some more enthusiasm regarding the fate of our souls, but alright. This all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Jesus Christ. We'll get to him. God was the Word, and the Word was truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. God's light contains aspects, what we consider angels, facets of His infinite intellect. One of these aspects separated itself from His intellect and manifested in the darkness as the corrupt will, Lucifer. The darkness? To exist outside the boundaries of God's infinite light, the corrupt will brought into being an equally infinite darkness. Within that darkness, Lucifer cast his false light, a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We still have our connection to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in our physical bodies. Okay. So Genesis is wrong? There are many stories of creation, many versions even of Genesis. Why is it you believe yours is the correct one? You believe the one your church has given you. Maybe if you were given another, you would have believed that instead. Okay. Was Jesus flawed by being a man even though he was born of a virgin? He was not born of a virgin. I'm not hearing any of this. And it would not matter if he were. Lucifer was a rebellious splinter of God's will. The Christ appeared when God willed his divine intellect into Jesus. But you said that physical bodies were all corrupt. Yes, but while we are the heirs of Lucifer's rebellious intellect, Christ received wisdom from the light of God himself. He did truly die and was truly resurrected in body. But his reappearance was only important for him to convey the message of salvation to the people. In truth, resurrection is always happening, since if we die without grace, our souls are condemned to be reborn. This physical world is the only hell we know, living it again and again, the only torment. So how do we escape it? Regular prayer, abstinence from material desires, sublimation and elimination of want. That sounds just like being a monk. No, priests and monks are both corrupt agents of the business of the church. They have taken the simplicity of holy devotion and profaned it with pageantry. The saints too, all this talk of merits and satire and miracles, they're just stories. The church has led people astray, put the hope of people in meaningless rituals, faith in relics. Okay. I can see why you don't go into town much. No one really wants me in town anyway. They want me to fix their knives and their pots and little things and be on my way. And that's fine with me. I've seen so much of the world, learned so many things. I made so many friends that I hope I'll see again if I come their way. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Magdalene. Of course. Until later. Until then. Some interesting theories from Vaclav there. Kind of just like a Well, what if you interpreted the stories differently? What if you heard a different story first? What if something else became the church's main thing? Would you see everything from a different perspective? Whether you believe it or not is entirely up to personal, choice there, but it's an interesting, different way of viewing everything. Anyway, hello, Paul. Okay, not him, so we need to speak to his sister at some point. That'll be his sister. Hey, Artemis. Hey, Magdalene. Hey, Artemis, Apollo said you're catching frogs. Yeah, what about it? He told me to come ask you why. He wouldn't say anything. He didn't tell you? Christ, finally he's learned to keep his mouth shut. Oh, come on, just tell me. No way, this is our biggest trick yet. We're not risking it to tell you. You'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so I can't ask about how to get into the other part. This is... Oh, no, that's just the forest. I was going to say that's a new investigation, but it's just a thing to click to move to the next area. Okay. Oh, a pig out here. It must have broke out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. Interesting. Okay. So if somebody's missing a pig, we can do something there. Mineshaft? If I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I have to go down the shaft myself. The entrance is so steep. No one's used it in years. There must be some way down there. Baltus might have some tools. Okay. Apollo and Artemis are always bragging about how they sneak around the ruins. Maybe I can ask them how they do it. I'll have to come back later. Okay, let's head up here and speak to Apollo and Artemis now. I'm hoping now that we've advanced the story we can do that. Let's see, over here. There we go. Ask Apollo and Artemis for help. Oh, hey Magdalene, what's up? Can you show me how you and Artemis get into the salt mine? The mine? Why? It's so gross and creepy. I need to get down there and see what the pagans and Romans left behind. I need references for my mural. Oh, the mural. I would ask Artemis about that. She's pretty protective of the mine. Alright, I'll go find her. Sorry, Magdalene. If she says yes, I'll show you later. I'll see you later then, Apollo. See you, Magdalene. Okay, this way. We can also ask Baltus for help, apparently. Right. Hello. Oh, hey, Magdalene. Do you need something? I'm a little busy right now. I need you to show me how you and Apollo get in and out of the old salt mine. The mine? Damn, Magda. Why do you need to get down there? I want to see what our forefathers and the Romans left behind. It's for the mural. The mural? You want to use our secret hideout for your mural? I want to see if they left anything down there I could use as a reference. You're really into that whole rat house project, aren't you? Why should I show you how to get in? Ooh, I know you took Father Thomas's tabernacle key. I won't tell him if you show me how to get into the mine. Let's do it. No deal. Look, I'll show you how to get into the mine on one condition. You help Apollo and me with our next prank. No telling, no snitching, no questions asked. Fine, tell me what you're up to. Father Thomas has been droning on and on about the plagues of Egypt, right? Apollo and I are collecting frogs to hide in the tabernacle. When Father Thomas opens it on Sunday, frogs will go everywhere. Why in the world do you want to do that? Father Thomas keeps saying Apollo and I are on the path of the rebellious Egyptians with frogs and locusts. We're going to prove him right and summon a bunch of frogs en masse. So, what do you want me to do? We stole the tabernacle key, but we need to put it back before he notices. So Sister Amelie was right. You did take the key. Shit, she saw us. Well, she didn't tell Father Thomas, so I guess we're all right. Look, we stole the key early to make sure it was the right one. We'll steal it again once we actually stuff the frogs in there. In the meantime, it needs to go back. I need you to replace the key on the altar in the church. Apollo and I would attract too much attention, but you're the town's goody-goody. I'm not that bad, am I? Well, not entirely. It's not your fault Ots moons over you. The council lets you get away with anything. Anyway, will you do it? I'll get you into the mine if you do. Alright, give me the... Oh, wait. I need a way to get into the mine, but this seems risky. I shouldn't let the twins get away with this, or the twins are causing trouble. This prank seems harmless. It seems harmless. Father Thomas will be missing his key too. Going along with this can't cause that much trouble, can it? Alright, give me the key. Perfect. Good luck, Magdalene. Let me know when it's done. Okay. So now we have his tabernacle key, so we can unleash a plague of frogs. That seems good. That's a healthy way to deal with your problems. Right. Head to the meadow. And then we're going to head back along here because we can go in via the inn. There we go. Hello, Killian. Hi. Hello, Hannah. Hello, Magdalene. How is your father? He's hanging on, but Dr. Stoltz is concerned he's not improving. Good. You must make sure he eats hearty meals. I know the season makes it difficult, but he needs the best of what you have in storage if he's to heal. I'll send Nico over with a few of our good apples later. I'm sure Klaus would appreciate the visit. I'm very grateful to you both. Well, it's mutual. Your father has done much for me and Nico these past few years. He even cancelled us on our, never you mind. Your what? Oh, it's only that, well, your father is a learned man in books, yes, but in matters of family, too. You're proof enough, I should think. A respectful young woman like you, raised all alone. Ah. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought up your mother. I know it still hurts, Klaus. I wish I'd had the chance to know her. All I have of her is what others have told me. She lives in you, I see it in your stature and your mind. She is still here with us. You've grown into quite a woman, Magdalene. I hope you find a happy marriage with a man worthy of the woman your father raised. Oh, a barb? 100%. I don't need to see the other options. Don't I get any credit for who I've become? Ha! Just as prickly as your mother, too. She always demanded all credit due for her labours. No doubt Father Thomas has his thoughts on that, but I always appreciated that she refused to hide her light under a bushel. Just like you. Ah, but that's enough talk from me. There's work to be done, and the inn doesn't run itself. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. Okay. Nico? Nico is not out this way, so Nico must be upstairs. Werner is also upstairs. Okay. Up this way. Hello, Nico. Magdalene. Werner. Magdalene, tell me something. Alright. Why was I cursed with a life in Tassing? What does this pathetic little hamlet have to offer a man like me? Tell me, Magdalene. Oh. Definitely we're gonna go with the barb. More than you have to offer it, which is nothing. Oh. Which is even worse after we got him to treat our father. I was destined for the court of kings. He's not listening to us. Not a town full of peasants who churn out more of themselves than the rabbits in the meadow. A town where craftsmen, the learned men like myself, Malthus, even your father, have their minds wasted. And in a few decades we will all be dead and Tassing will forget us all. God doesn't care. He never cared for me. He deserted us all when the abbey was destroyed. If he even exists. You've had too many, Doctor. You don't know what you're saying. I've never been mortally headed. You sound like Baltus, always vomiting a torrent of words. Stupid words. Oh, another barb. Go for the kill. Yet this gaggle of fools is the best you could do. You were born a failure. You bit. No, you're trying to provoke me. I won't rise to it. You will never find a husband with that attitude of yours, girl. If you're the kind of bachelor I can expect to choose from, I should become a nun. I'm a good man, damn you, educated, important. I could have any woman I wanted if I cared to try. You'd be a hideous nun anyway. I'm gonna roll my eyes. Tongue-tied the moment someone talks back. Surprise, surprise. If you're so determined to be an asshole, I'm gonna leave. I have a mural to work on. Do what you want, Magdalene. Just don't ruin the mural. Not that it matters anyway. Okay. In a way, you could kind of see our friendship there, you know. Trading barbs back and forth. At least that's how I'm going to interpret it. Hey, Father Thomas, I found your key. Can I just say I found your key on the ground? God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. I found your missing key. Oh, you found it. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Magdalene. Where did you find it, if I may ask? On the grass outside the church. It must have slipped from your pocket. Just outside the church? But I'd looked there already. Ah, these eyes of mine must be getting old. Thank you for returning the key to me, Magdalene. You've saved the whole town from severe consequences. I certainly hope so. Well, thank you very much. You've saved me a great deal of time and worry. God bless you, Magdalene. Until later, Father. Okay, so we return the key without needing to sneak it back in. Amelie, what did you think about that? Amelie? Nothing. Okay. Now, what we go is we go back in and we steal the key again. No. Okay, Martin Bauer Farm. Hello, Brigitte? Magdalene, how are you keeping? I'm eager to continue work on the mural. I have so much to do before Christmas. I'm certain it'll be the pride of Tassing when you're through. You've always had your mother's talent for art. And how's your dad? You're one of the only people who've asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. I know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking after. I worry about you carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will pull your dad through whatever the doctor says. We need him. I don't even know what I'll do if he dies. I feel crazy even thinking about it. Should the worst come to pass, you will not be alone, Magdalene. Believe me. It may feel like you are, but... Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? I truly don't know. Best not to dwell on what we can't control. Your dad's fate is in God's hands, and if anyone in Tassing is beloved of him, it's your father. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are a number of families in Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? Oh, I literally can't imagine who you'd be alluding to. There's not a single young man of quality in this town. Not even young Otts? He's about as subtle as his father, God rest Otto's soul. I miss him. Otts doesn't know what he wants. Some days I'm amazed he can button his own pants. The way Eva hovers, who's to say she doesn't do it for him? It was the same with Otto and Eva. We all knew he was hers from the start. As Otts appears to be yours. But if nothing ever comes of that, know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. Are you trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have as a daughter. Well, I don't mean to be rude, but I prefer to decide in my own time. Alright, I'll let it lie. You know, not every marriage may start off on solid footing. But if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Believe me. You're not making the prospect sound very enticing. Marriage is our natural state. It's in our homes that we're closest to the Lord. The Lord made us from Adam's rib because he meant us to be a part of men. You would be lonely to never know that fullness of purpose. That's no life for someone like you. I don't care about my life. I just want to take care of my dad. And finish this damn mural. Of course, you don't need to decide anything now. Hold your dad close for however long you have him for. The Lord is patient. In any case, I should get back to the chores. Remember what I said. Whatever happens, you're welcome in my home. Oh, before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin is supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. Do you know what happened to it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me in any trouble, but I still have it hidden in a drawer. Martin left it behind when he ran off. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The baron was killed soon after, and there I was holding his stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it though. I don't read well. Can I have it? I don't know. I need it as a reference for the mural. Won't everyone wonder where you got the ideas? I've been talking to people all over town. They'll think I got the ideas from them. Oh, all right. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs over all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell anyone I had this. Ah, Historia Tessia. Oh, it's in Latin. I can understand a few words and phrases. I'll take a closer look in the evening. Thank you, Brigitte. You've been a big help. Of course, Magda. Be well now. God bless. You too, Brigitte. Until later. Okay, we found the book. And we know what happened to it. Martin had it all the time. In his house. We could have got that in Act 1. Hello. Morning, Magdalene. How's Klaus? Enduring. Even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. I don't know what life would be like without him. Klaus is a good man, Magdalene. Tassing is a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tassing who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? Don't pretend like you haven't heard. Townsfolk have whispered shit about me for years. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto Zimmermann. I supported his cause. I pulled my weight around here, tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Brigitte and Kraft. I've done enough back-breaking work for this family. Can't a man just have a goddamn rest? I believe you, Martin. You seem like you could use a respite. Damn right. Right, I've lost enough time to this as it is. Time for you to go. Until later, Martin. I was wondering if that could have been his pig that we found, but I guess we can't ask him about that. Is Ottilia still alive? Empty house. That'll be a no then. Hansbauer's farm. Hello, Jutta? Hey, Magdalene. Hey, Hetty. Hello, Magdalene. How's the mural coming? I hear you browbeat the council into letting you do it yourself. They didn't have a chance against me once I set my mind to it. That's the spirit. It's good to see you standing strong against those stubborn bastards. God may have made men from dust, but I swear he left some of them with rocks for brains too. Did you know York was by to check on my hinges? I've had just about enough of their silly projects. That Zimmermann boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders though. Once you've settled down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. Let's see what we're going to say. Otz, I'm not going to marry him. Are you so sure there are better prospects for you in this town? Don't tell me you'd prefer the Gertner boy. I'd rather leave Tassing and see what else is out there. Show me another town in the Empire with 2 local saints and our fresh alpine air. But you were always going to forge another path. Just like your mother. I have no use for the world beyond Tassing, but I wish you luck in it. Thanks, Hetty. I'll see you later. Until then. Okay. Hey, Simon. Hey, Magdalene. I heard what's happened to your dad. How's he doing? Resting. He suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried, to say the least. Hans sends his regards. The Bauer household is praying for a swift recovery. Thank you, and thank Hans and Jutta as well. I will. Klaus has always been such a bedrock at Tassen. I'd hate for him to die. It'd be, I'm sorry. He's not going to die. I won't allow it. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean. Do I miss him? Kinda. I don't remember Joseph all that much. He's become a haze of sorts, a faint echo, a feeling, an occasional emotion. I was so young when he got killed. Mum said I had trouble understanding what had happened for a long time. I understand. My mom, she's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing of her. Yeah, well you never even got to see her, right? Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself for comparison. God molded you after her. I can imagine how she'd been in... I can imagine how she could have been, like, stubborn and unruly, yeah? I am not stubborn and unruly. You don't have to believe me if you don't want to. Anyway, the winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparations to take care of. I truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God, look after you both. Until later, Simon. Hello, Hans. Looking very much like his father. Hello, Magdalene. Hello, Hans. I hope your dad recovers quickly. He's a good man. Thank you. I'll tell him you said that. Good. This town has seen too many terrible things, but we've recovered before. Maybe the Lord will return your dad to health too. I pray you're right. Be glad you have the time with him, I say. I wish I'd had as much with Halevik. Anyway, did you need something? Kraft hasn't bothered you again, has he? Or gotten into some other trouble? No, he's been fine, mostly. Good, that boy's a thorn in my boot. He's lazy, arrogant, doesn't care for his family. He'll bring shame to the Bauer name one day. I'd avoid sticking my nose into people's affairs, but Martin... Anyway, didn't mean to complain. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. And... Gertner Farm. Hello, ill Peter. Hello, Peter. Can I talk to you for a moment? What's that? I was wondering if you could tell me some of the stories about Tassing. Ah, the old tales, It's been so damn long since anyone had a thought to ask me about what I know. But there's still a few of the old tales knocking about in this skull, heh. Are there myths from even before the Romans came to Tassing? Of course they are. The Romans weren't the first ones to live here, you know. There are spirits older than the saints that live in these woods, older than the Romans. They protected Tassing before St. Moritz even set a blessed foot in town. What sort of spirits? The sort I'm getting at. Didn't your father teach you patience, Magdalene? Sorry. It's perched on her wild hunt that scared them evil ones away. They protected Tassing since its founding day. Long before those Romans, our ancestors roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Raetus. Wait, isn't Raetus a Latin name? The ending on his name is the masculine singular ending common on most male Roman names. Plenty of names end with the same letters. Doesn't make them Latin, does it? Now quit your yammering and listen. Folks weren't as kind as they are now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored other tribes, and Raetus's people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could to survive. One day, when winter was approaching, Ratus went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. Instead of killing the beast, as most men would, he helped the beast and loosed it from its bounds. Why would he do that? Wolves kill livestock. Carl told me 2 of his sheep were killed by wolves last month. Ivor doesn't keep his flock well enough then. As for you, let me get on with the telling and stop being a gossip if you want an answer. Sorry, Peter, please keep going. The old gods are keen to repay favours done, and Perchta is the goddess of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She leads the wild hunt, and the wolves lead the hunts of the forest. Back in my day, folks knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now I'm the only one who remembers these things. Perchta saw Ratus' action and took favour on him, and told the wolf to lead the chief to her sacred spring. Ratus led his people to the spring and claimed it for his homeland, and we've been in this valley ever since. And those goddamn Romans came and destroyed everything. But you see, there were other gods protecting this place before St. Moritz. That's why a few of us still honor Perchta. She protects us against the witches and fiends. Interesting. What are we going to go for here? Let's go with this bottom one. Smokey told me a similar story with a wolf and a nymph, except this was about the Roman gods. The Romans tried to wipe out all the old ways, made everything about themselves. You think those wine-addled fools could stand to let us have our own custom? They may have built this town, but they didn't write its stories. God sent Perchta to protect these woods from the sun-brained bastards, even if I'm the only one who can see her through the old customs. What about the Romans? Did you know any Roman legends of Tassing? Roman legends? They don't bother with stories from outsiders or tales of gods that aren't our own. The Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. We'd spent generation after generation building Tassing back up from those days. And still our traditions keep dying with no one to carry them on. That's what I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. The mural? Fine, but I don't know any of the old Roman shit. Alright. I have a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. I'm tired. Talking so much has made my jaw ache. I'll leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. I can't help but feel that our mural is about to get the entire town killed for heresy. But let's not worry about that. Hey, Jorg. Hey, Magdalene. How are the hinges on your doors? Excuse me? The door hinges at home are in good working order. Well, our door's still open, so I expect they are. Maybe Andreas should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but, well. Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. Really, Jorg, if you want an excuse to snoop into people's homes, just invite yourself over for supper. It's not. The council is looking after the town. Paul would like to institute a yearly check at all homes in Tassing. What did you think of the idea, Jorg? Well, it's not a bad thing. I don't see why we need to make it official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other, as I see. If someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. To do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know? Speaking of, I better get back to work. Nice having to chat with you, Magda. See you later, Jorg. Okay. Let's go to our house. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Magdalene. Where's the mural going? I hope my husband hasn't been bothering you too much about it. The council has left me to work for the most part. I think Ott had something to do with that. That boy has his eye on you, Magda. At least he's using his authority to do some good. Usually that lot just meddle around in things that are best left alone. Those men are bad influences on each other, if you ask me. Now they're chattering on about a yearly check of the hinges on every door in town. Hinges? Who gives a damn if the hinges on our front door creak? The council are just old men looking to feel important. We have enough to do as it is. If God wanted them to feel important, he would have made them lords. Anyway, I think it's good of you to be working on a mural. I wish Artemis and Apollo would take interest in something like that. Speaking of, have you seen them anywhere? I've asked them to look after the chickens, but they've disappeared. No, I haven't seen them recently. Ugh, this town isn't that big. I don't know where they get to that I can't find them. Father Thomas says they're only so much trouble because I named them after Greek gods. He says those names have power, but I still like them. Besides, Apollo and Artemis were gods of virtues. If anything, they should be more well-behaved. Artemis was the god of nature and Apollo was the god of music. Maybe the twins have hidden talents. Are you suggesting I appeal to the Greek gods like patron saints? Why not? If Father Thomas thinks names are so powerful, maybe this will help. Haha, how inspired. Maybe I will. That'll get them in line for a while. Anyway, I better go to find those rascals. Good luck on the mural, Magdalene. Thanks, Veronica. Until later. Then she just stays exactly where she is. Hello, Clara. Hello, Magdalene, dear. How are you? How's Klaus? Neither of us is doing well. I've been having trouble coping with the stress. Dad's been hard to understand recently. Oh God, I will keep praying for you both. The both of you deserve the best. Life's been hard enough for you already. Please let me know if you need any help around the house. I'd be happy to help. Oh, the housework! I've been so caught up in the workshop and rat house I forgot. Haha, not to worry, I can come by and help out. Besides, then we can chat. The chatter makes the chores pass quickly. With all my children up and grown and no husband to care for anymore, I've got to make myself useful somehow. Big Jorg is still in the house though, isn't he? Oh yes, but he's a grown man with children of his own. He and Veronica are capable of caring for their own household now. Eva is taking care of Otz, and Ursula and Fabian have their own life together. Who is Fabian? Okay. This guy, Fabian, married Ursula. Sure. They don't need me anymore. You sound sad. Ah, well, I suppose I am. I thank God my children are all growing and prospering. I do feel like there's something missing in my life. After so many years attending to them and maintaining a home, I don't know what else to do. You could always find something new to do. Keep busy by helping Gret in the bakery or something. Jorg has been telling me to rest more, but you're right. I'd rather keep busy as long as there's life left in these old bones. All that settled, I'll come over and help around the house soon, alright? I'll see you then, Clara. God bless you, Magdalene. Oh, okay, well that's cool. So we just got ourselves somebody to clean the house. Nice. Even convince them it's them helping us. It's them helping themselves rather than them helping us. We're doing them a favour by letting them clean our house. Perfectly manipulative. And I think with us going into the town commons, and my God, there's a lot of people to talk to here, I think it's time for us to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.